Have you ever wondered what happens inside your computer from the moment you press the power button until you see the desktop? None of this obsolete, non-functional, incompatible piece of dog. I prefer Linux. Okay. Today, we'll dive deep into this fascinating process. First, when you press the power button, the power supply unit activates. Then it converts alternating current from the outlet to direct current, supplying power to the various components of your computer, such as the motherboard, the CPU, the graphics card, the HDDs, SSDs, etc. And then the motherboard's firmware BIOS, or UEFI, takes over. It performs a series of checks known as power on self-test, or POST. And POST is an essential process that occurs every time you power on or restart your computer. And during the POST, the computer's firmware, which is the BIOS, checks various hardware components such as like the CPU, the RAM, the storage devices, and input and output devices for any errors or issues that may prevent the computer from booting up properly. And if something goes wrong, you might hear beep codes or see error messages to help you diagnose the issue. And once POST is complete, the BIOS, Basic Input Output System, or UEFI, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface, searches for bootable device based on a set order like your hard drive, SSD, or USB drive. It then loads the bootloader, but what is even a bootloader? Okay, the bootloader is a program that directs the computer to the operating system because when you power on your computer, the hardware alone cannot boot the operating system directly. Instead, it relies on a bootloader to bridge this gap. But what exactly is an operating system? You've got to be kidding me, mate, aren't you? How come you didn't know such a basic thing? You've got a lot of questions, don't you? Alright, cool then. Since we have a clear understanding of what a bootloader is, let's figure out its role in this startup process. Okay, the bootloader starts by loading the operating system kernel into memory, preparing the system to transition smoothly from the bootloader to the operating system. And this involves setting up memory management and initializing hardware drivers. But what exactly is a kernel? Alright mate, too many questions, but that's a cool one. That's a great question. The kernel is the core part of the operating system that acts as an intermediary or middleman between the computer software and the hardware. And I won't elaborate further right now since we may cover that in another video. Now, the operating system starts essential services and background processes to make sure that everything is ready to go, like network connectivity and security. And as the system gets ready, your desktop starts to take shape. The operating system loads your personal settings, including your desktop background, icons, and preferences. And finally, the desktop appears, you see the taskbar icons and background wallpaper, and your computer is ready for you to start working. And there you have it, that's it. Your computer follows several steps from turning on to get into the desktop. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech insights. Peace.